So the other day I was having a conversation with my girlfriend about how Jehovah's Witnesses think, because often a lot of us talk about why it's so hard to reason with them. Well, I came up with this illustration, and I'm not sure if I came up with it, but I may have. Imagine being told that you have the best house ever. You live in the best house ever. This is basically how Jehovah's Witnesses think. So when an outsider comes up to them and tells them, oh, well, you've got a lot of flaws that your real estate agent or landlord didn't tell you about, and this house is not at all cracked up, to what you thought it would be. This is how Jehovah's Witnesses think. And so they go and they say, well, how could you, think that? This is the best house ever, because that's all they've been told. They live there and that's all they know. And so it's very interesting when you think about how Jehovah's Witnesses think. You start realizing how you need to approach them, especially when they've been told by the landlord, hey, people are going to try to tell you that this is not a good house, but as you can see here, and as I've convinced you of, this is the best house you could ever have, or this is the best job you could ever have. So immediately, when you try to get anywhere near that subject, they're going to go on the defense. And so as far as how to reason with them, I'm not even sure. I think it depends on person to person. But I can tell you this, as a former Jehovah's Witness, that we all had that mentality that this is the greatest house ever. And we get upset and really hit with disbelief when people from the outside, people who we think don't know anything about this house, would try to come up to us and tell us that this is not the greatest house ever. In fact, this is the worst house that you could ever live in. And this is why when I approach a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, I don't sit there and bash them or badger them the way that a lot of other ex-JWs or apostates would. Even though I understand why they do this, it's not the constructive way to do it. I just try to help them understand, do you realize that your landlord hasn't told you a lot about what's going on with this house? And do you think that you could try to tell me why you think this is a great house? Because I can tell you right now objectively, and I say this as a friend and someone who, just wants to help, that this is not the greatest house in the world. This is honestly how I feel like Jehovah's Witnesses need to be approached. They need to be approached in a very gentle way, that even though they think we're misled, we're only trying to help them. Same way you would talk to somebody who doesn't trust you. The same kind of reasoning. You would do something like that. I think that is the best way to try to approach a Jehovah's Witness. Is just let them know, a lot of the things that you really think that I don't feel are true, and this is why I don't feel that they're true. And this is the way that I try to reason with witnesses. And I find this to be the most effective, because a lot of times when you badger them or you get mad at them, it's only going to put them on defense and confirm what they have already been taught and what they already think that they know. And that was just a quick thought that I had. That was just a quick thought. If you ever want to know the inside, scoop, or the inside psyche, or how a Jehovah's Witness really feels about their religion and their belief system, imagine someone really believing that they're living in a wonderful house, not realizing that that's all they know, that's all they've been taught, and that they have been really been misled. And so I just think that this is a great approach, and that was just a little thought for the night that I had while I was sitting here relaxing in my living room. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope this helps a few.